be posting it on GEG Oman and GEG Kuwait YouTube channels, and we're going to be sharing the link on other social media platforms as well. And when it comes to the certificate of attendance, we're going to be sharing a form by the end of the session that you guys are going to be scanning from the slide. Okay, we'll be sharing the link of that form in the chat as well, so that you can fill out the exit ticket. And based on that form, we're going to be sending out all the certificates of attendance. So please make sure that you stay until the end of the session. Okay. Let's get started. I'm going to start sharing my presentation. Okay. We have like 192 so far, and the number is growing. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us today and choosing to spend your time learning, which is amazing. I really appreciate it. So today we're going to be starting a session where we're going to be covering Gemini for distance learning. So if you are a beginner, you haven't used the Gemini platform before, or if you've used it before but need to learn more about how to use it as an expert, this session is for everyone. Okay, for all levels. So we're going to be sharing with you some prompts. We're going to tell you exactly what the tools are, how to use Gemini the right way, because I know that nowadays we all use different AI platforms, but sometimes we do not really get the output we want, and it is because of the way we write the prompt. So we need to learn how to write that prompt, how to make it strong enough. So that is something that we're going to be learning about today. So before we get started, let me tell you more about today's presenters. So I'll start with myself, and then I'll pass the mic over to my co-presenters, Nida and Murtaza. And I'm so happy to be co-presenting with them today. So my name is Lubna Tarek. I'm GEG Kuwait leader, and I'm also a Google certified trainer and innovator. So I work at the British International School here in Kuwait as a Google Workspace administrator and trainer as well. So this is basically my job. I train teachers. It is something I love. You will sense it yourself during the session, because I'm really passionate about training other educators. So I'm passing the mic over to my co-presenters, and then we'll take you over and talk a bit about GEG in general. So over to you, Nida.
Okay, good evening to every one of you, and thank you all for making time for this webinar today. We truly appreciate it. So my name is Ms. Nina Parek. I am one of the GEG leaders in Oman. I'm basically a Cambridge science teacher and a certified STEM Alt team educator. I am working in Azam case. I'm also the head of primary science over there. So yeah, regarding me, I am absolutely passionate about using innovative approaches and technology to enhance our daily teaching and learning practices. And you will be able to see that because I'll be sharing my personal experience and work with all of you throughout this webinar. Over to you, Mr. Murtaza.
Okay. Nida,
Thank you, Lubna.
I'm so sorry, Murtaza. Nida, if you can use a headphone, because like some cannot really hear your voice clearly. So if you can use a headphone, or if you can use another device for the microphone, that would be great. Okay. So take your time switching to a different device until Murtaza introduces himself. Over to you, Murtaza.
Thank you, Lubna. Thank you, Nida. Hi, everyone. My name is Murtaza. I work as a Google Education Solution Manager with Masters, which is the Google Education partner in the Middle East. And I've been a teacher trainer for the last 14 years, and happy to share everything about Gemini and whatever I've learned today. Back to you, Lubna.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Okay, Luna, am I
Yes, Nida.
audible to the audience now?
It is a bit not clear. Okay, can you just like
Now
try?
it's time?
Okay.
I'll do that again.
Yeah, okay. Take your time. I'll be introducing them to GEG and GEG Kuwait until you're able to fix this
Correct.
problem. So don't worry about it. Take your time, okay?
Okay.
Okay, perfect. So let me tell you all about GEG in general and a bit about GEG Kuwait before we move on to GEG Oman. So GEG stands for Google Educator Group, and it is a community of educators who collaborate together so that they can share all about tech tools. I'm not going to just say Google tools because Google tools is, of course, like most of the tools that we share as Google Educator Group leaders and members, but through that community, we can even share more about other tech tools with educators. So the whole point behind this group is that we collaborate together, hosting in-person sessions, for example, hosting online webinars like this one. We can even take part in events, other events. We can organize Google Summits together. So that is something that we can do. So we've hosted 2 Google Summits before, one at my school and another one last November. So any of you guys can join GEG Kuwait. You can send us a message if you would like to be part of GEG Kuwait. You don't need to be like a Google certified educator, at least at the start. But if you have this passion of sharing the love of Google and sharing your knowledge and expertise with other educators in the region and beyond, so that is the community that is going to help you do that. So you can send a message on GEG Kuwait Instagram page. So we're there on Instagram. You will even find the GEG Kuwait YouTube channel, and that is where we post all the recordings of the online sessions. So make sure that you check them out. And as I said, you can just text me. I don't think that we added our handles here, but you will be seeing our handles by the end of this presentation. We've added our Instagram handles and LinkedIn as well, so that you would be able to contact us. And if you have any question, you can ask even after the session. So it is not just about this session, okay? So that is all about GEG Kuwait. So we'll move on to GEG Oman, and Nida, we're able to fix your microphone.
I think I should have. No, is it fine now?
It is
Okay.
amazing.
Alhamdulillah,
Perfect.
alhamdulillah. Okay, so
Okay.
I'll
Over
just
to
take a quick moment to introduce myself again, because I can see from the chat that not many people will hear me. So can I have a thumbs up if I'm audible at your end, all of you? Okay, perfect. I can see some of thumbs up. Okay, so now, good evening to all of you, and thank you so much for joining us and making time, particularly this part of the evening. So my name is Ms. Nida. I'm one of the GEG leaders in Oman. I'm basically a Cambridge science teacher and a certified STEM or STEAM educator. I am working in Azam bin Qas as primary head of science as well. Basically, I am one of those educators who is very passionate about using innovative approaches and technology to enhance the daily teaching and learning process. Because as you all know, the world belongs to technology. And as teachers, we have to integrate technology in our daily classes. It's a necessity. It's not something we can ignore anymore. So now, coming back to GEG Oman, so for those of our teachers who are based in Oman, and who have not joined us yet, please do so. You can join us on LinkedIn. You can join us via WhatsApp. You can do that either by finding GEG Oman on LinkedIn, or you can scan the code given right in front of you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Nida.
You're welcome.
Okay, so we're going to get started with today's session. And as I said, this session is for anyone who is just getting started with using Gemini, or someone who's using Gemini every day, but would like to know more about how to use it more effectively. So we're going to start by, how do I write a prompt? So everyone is create a presentation, create an image, help me create a website. But those prompts are somehow weak. So we're going to provide you with a technique that is going to help you just strengthen or write a stronger prompt somehow that is going to help you get the output you want. Because I know that this is what most people say. I'm writing a prompt, but I don't like Gemini much because it is not providing me with the output I want. Maybe it is because of your input. So that is why Parts framework can help you write a better prompt. So Parts technique, every single letter stands for something that you need to know quite well. At the start, it might be somehow hard for you to remember all of the parts or all of the sections that you need to add to your prompt, but by time you're going to get used to it. So P here stands for persona. So, which means that you should tell Gemini its job. You are a science teacher, you are a biology teacher, you are an IT, like for example, head of department. So you should be telling Gemini its job, okay? And then A is for assignment. So you should tell Gemini what you want it to do, like the act. And then the third one is the recipient, which means the audience. You're creating content for whom? Students, for your university students, for a group of teachers in your department. So you should be mentioning the recipient as well. The last two, we're talking about the tone and the structure. You should even mention the tone. These two, I believe, are important because sometimes you get the output and you're like, but it is not like the presentations I create. So if you want the output to like seem like something that you've created yourself, so you need to add the tone and the structure. How do you want it to be formatted? What tone do you want it to use, for example? Okay, so this is like a bit about parts technique. Here I'm providing you with an example so that you would know how to write every single part. And by the end of this session, we're going to be sharing this presentation with you. And guys, by the way, I know that we're still in the third slide, but I want to show you something. All of this presentation that we're going to be using today is generated by Gemini. Okay, so I basically just added a prompt and I told Gemini what I want to create, and Gemini like created this whole presentation for me. And we're going to show you today how you can like be able to do something like that. Okay, and it added those example prompts for me as well. So we'll be sharing this by the end of the session so that you guys can just like copy and paste a certain prompt and just make some slight changes based on what you want it to create. Okay, I can see some people clapping. You're happy. Okay, that's good. Okay, so as I said here, based on this example, I'm so sorry. Let's get back to it. Okay, act as an expert science teacher. So now you're giving it the persona, the job. This is your job. Create a 10-question quiz about cellular respiration. So this is the act, what you want it to create. For a 9th grade distance learning class, this is the recipient, the audience. You want to create that content for the 9th grade students. And then use an encouraging tone. You're just setting the tone, and then you're talking about the format or the structure. So you want it to be formatted as a clean markdown table with an answer key. So every single part of that example here, I've color coded them as well so that you would get back to it and it will remind you of the parts technique and what your prompt should include so that you would be getting that strong output. So next, we're going to be talking about the Gemini ecosystem. So we're going to introduce you to all the tools that we will be covering today. We're not going to be covering all the Gemini tools. We will be focusing on the free ones, okay? And the ones that you as teachers, this is something that we've discussed as presenters before the session, that we believe that during online learning or distance learning are the most important tools that you will be needing during this period, okay? So these are all the tools that you will find in Gemini, free ones and plus features. I call them like plus AI plus features, okay? So the free ones are creating images using Nano Banana, okay? You have the Canvas, and we will be talking in detail about every single one of them. You have the deep research, you have creating videos, creating music, and guided learning. Creating video or VO by VO model is not a free tool. So we're going to be covering it, like not digging deeper, you know what I mean? Just like telling you what it is and what it can help you do or what kind of video it can help you generate, but we're not going to be spending too much time, okay, covering it. So as you said, you have the creating images, which is the Nano Banana. It can help you create images. I know that most of us use Canva for designs. So now Nano Banana can help you build that design or like create a certain design quickly before choosing a template first and then changing the content and editing it. No, you can do all of this from scratch by just writing a prompt in Gemini, and then it will help you generate that image right away. And we have the Canvas, which is my most favorite tool. It is that tool that is going to help you guys generate a presentation, a website, or even a game or an app. Okay, and then you have the deep research that helps you build that long report or like that research, okay, from credible and reliable sources from the internet. So that is something that you can explore. We're not going to be covering this today as well. Okay, then you have creating videos, which is Veo. As I said, Veo can help you create a video, but it is a very short one of 8 seconds long. You can even find Veo in Vids, which is another tool. We're not going to be covering much today, but we'll be covering that new tool in Gemini, which is creating music. We're going to be covering guided learning as well. So we'll be talking like deeper about every single one of them, okay? But when I move on to the next slides. So before we start with guided learning, I would like to take you over to Gemini platform itself. I just want to show you where the tools are. So rule number 1, besides, of course, how we write the prompt, before we even write the prompt. So here is the part where you can select the tools. You have to select the tool before writing the prompt. Let me tell you why. Because Gemini, like any other AI platform, needs to know its job. When you select the tool, as if you're telling Gemini, if you selected Canvas, now my prompt is going to ask you to help me create a website, an app, a game, or a presentation. So Gemini would know right away that this is what it should do. If you wrote a prompt without choosing Canvas, that you would like to create a presentation, for example, listen to this. Sometimes it works and it helps you generate the presentation right away, okay? Sometimes it doesn't. It can give you the steps of how to create a presentation. It can tell you step number 1, include this in your first slide. Step number 2, you can include this part in the second slide, and so on. So rule number 1, select the tool first. Once you do, any prompt that you write, Gemini will know right away its job. That now I need to create a presentation. If you chose something else like music, now according to that prompt, I'm supposed to be creating like a song, for example, or generating a song, okay? If you chose, for example, let's say create an image, Gemini will know that now it is going to be using Nano Banana to help you create an image, and so on, okay? That is rule number 1, and that is so important. The first tool we're going to be talking about is guided learning. Let me get back to the presentation so that I tell you, first of all, what guided learning is about. Guided learning, I want you to look at it as a private tutor. It is a tool that can help students in breaking down some complicated concepts, for example, into step-by-step guidance, or it helps them to get something or a certain concept simplified in a way that they can understand. So if students are asking a question about demand and supply, it can provide them with visuals, for example, a graph. If students are asking about an equation, it is going to break it down into very, very small parts, trying to explain to the students how to solve that equation. So this is all about guided learning. This is the reason behind using guided learning as a tool. Nida is going to be sharing with us more about how she used guided learning as a teacher. And as I said, by the end of the session, we're going to be sharing this whole presentation with you so that you can take a look at all of the prompts that we've included here so that you can try them out yourselves. Okay, so Nida, you can take it over from here.
Okay, thank you so much,
Your screen.
Lubna. Okay. Now, I'm just going to reiterate what Lubna just mentioned earlier, particularly about the prompts. Colleagues, please understand that prompts are very important when using the Gemini. The clearer and more specific your prompt is, the better your results are going to be. If the prompt is not clear, the output may not be accurate or may not match what you need. And obviously, it will frustrate you at the end of the day, okay? So yeah, one of the features I really enjoy in the Google Gemini is the guided learning. It's very helpful for teachers because it supports differentiation in the classroom. I'm sure that all of you are using differentiation in your classroom, which is a must for all the educators. For example, for high ability students, you can use GL or guided learning to give more challenging and thinking-based tasks. For mid-ability students, we can give guided questions and structured practice. For low ability students, we can simplify the entire content and give step-by-step support. So this overall makes the lesson planning much easier, and you don't have to spend, ample amount of time just doing a differentiation. Can we please go to the next slide? Ms. Lubna? Yes. So another feature which I absolutely love, which is provided by GL or guided learning, is that I use it to make smart revision notes. You see, currently I'm teaching grade 6 checkpoint learners, and trust me, by providing them the smart notes, it makes their entire revision process much easier because the notes are short, they are clear, they highlight the key points. So the students don't have to go back and open their books, notebooks, or workbooks so much and so on. So again, it's a, it's a very simple process. Your students are prepared, you're prepared, and so on. Can we go to the next slide, please? Okay, so it's one of my most favorite, you can say, tool in Gemini. Sometimes what I personally feel is that teaching resources are not that easily available. Many platforms like Twinkle, Canva, or CGB, which I'm sure a lot of you are using, they require payment. So with this option in Gemini, we can create our own topic-based images very easily. If you can see that, I hope you can see this image in front of you based on water cycle. So I just wanted the image to have these three processes: evaporation, condensation, and precipitation. So I went to the Gemini, I gave it a proper, accurate prompt, and it straight away generated this image for me. So you don't have to go to the Google, you don't have to do so much of research. Gemini can save your time in that aspect. And also, recently I used this feature to create a caricature of myself, which I'm sure it's a very trendy picture, and most of you might have already used it as well. If not, please do it. You're going to thoroughly enjoy it. Thank you, Damna.
Amazing. Would you like to show them some examples using Gemini itself, or would you like me to do it?
Okay, I'll just show them that. Okay, just give me a moment. I'll quickly go to the Gemini.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm going to share.
Yeah, Darsana was talking about the evaporation spelling. So Darsana, that is something that we're going to be talking about when it comes to using Nano Banana. We'll talk about the different models that can help you fix the spelling mistakes.
Yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately, if you're using a free version, there is room for error. So please be prepared for that. You just have to ask the Gemini to correct the spellings for you, and it will do it for you. So Lubna, can you please help me with the Gemini?
Yeah, you want me to share my screen?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can you show them how we can type a proper prompt for them using this example in front of you, or any other example? Let's do that.
Okay, let me use the example I use like all the time in my sessions when it comes to guided learning. Okay, so what I usually do when it comes to guided learning, so I say, what is 1 + 1? Okay, I know that you guys might think right now, oh my God, this is so silly, but just bear with me. Okay. So when I say what is 1 + 1, and when you ask this same question like to any AI platform, the answer is going to be 2, right? But when it comes to guided learning, so here we're talking about providing you more than just an answer. So here when I say what is 1 + 1, take a look at this. So it is going to start explaining for me why 1 + 1 = 2 and not something else. And you would notice that it started using emojis, and it started talking to like to a student. You know what I mean? The tone itself changed here. So this is what we mean by guided learning. This is how the answer to the questions are different. It doesn't just provide you with an answer. It goes beyond that. And you've seen, guys, this is exactly what I was telling you about at the start of the session. Rule number 1, select the tool. If I did not select the tool and I just said, what is 1 + 1? The answer was 2. But because right now I gave it, like we're talking here about the persona, now it knows its job. It is going to be simplifying any concept or any question that I ask. It is going to give me a very simple answer. Okay. And can you notice here, would you like to explore one of these? So now Gemini is acting as a private tutor. It is going to open up a discussion with me. It is going to start asking me questions. And based on my answer, it is going to start providing me with more deeper explanation, but a simple one as well. You see how it is going? So this is what we wanted to show you when it comes to guided learning. So we're going to take it like step by step so that by the end of the session, you guys would feel like you became experts when it comes to using all of the Gemini tools. Okay, so something else that I would like to show you, let me go to a new chat. Can you help me learn more about demand and supply? And the reason why I've asked this question is because I want to show you something in here. So when I ask a question here without choosing guided learning, it is not going to provide me with visuals. Take a look at this. So, can you help me learn more about demand and supply? Okay, so now, I just hope that it doesn't, oh my God. Okay. So basically, like most of the time when I ask this question, especially if it is a question that has to do with economics, it provides me with a graph. So can you show me a graph? Okay. And sometimes it even provides you with a YouTube video. And as you know, if I ask this question, the answer I'm going to be getting is different than the answer every single one of you is going to be getting, right? But eventually, this is what I wanted to show you, that sometimes even when you ask a question, choosing guided learning as the tool, it provides you with visuals. It can even provide you with YouTube videos as well. Okay, that is something that I wanted to show you. Next, we're going to move on to Nano Banana. So I know that Nida has given you some examples. So as I said, we're going to be choosing create an image. Now Gemini is providing you with different styles that you can choose for your image. So you can choose any of those styles. You can have like sketch one, a cinematic one, okay, an oil painting. So any of those styles that you can choose from. What I wanted to show you as well, besides the examples that Nida has provided you with, is that, as I said, you can use Gemini to help you create posters or invitations. So you know the poster that we shared with you where it had my image and Yasser's, and it mentioned all the details about the 2 sessions? I cannot see the thumbs up. You remember that design that was shared with you? Amazing. So that was created by Gemini. So we can just click on the plus button here and we can upload files. So we added the 2 images of me and Yasser, regardless of how they look like by the end, because sometimes Gemini can change how you look somehow, okay? But eventually it will provide you with a ready-made design that you can just share right away on social media platforms. And this is what I love about it. So here I'm going to just like try something with you. Help me create an invitation for a parents meeting happening on, let's say, Thursday. Okay, March 26th. Okay, at Waiting List School. This is my school. I can even like click on the plus button here and add the school's logo, by the way. Okay, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., for example. Okay, so I'm just being super quick. I just want to show you how it is going to help create an image for me. And that is something that can save me time going to Canva and choosing a template and editing the template. I can just write all the content that I would like to include in that image. And then it helps me like get this image generated right away. Okay, so this is exactly how it is going to look like. And of course, I can make my prompt stronger. Okay, I can add more details. I can choose certain colors based on my school's logo colors, for example. And then it is going to just like stick to all the info I provided in my prompt. And then I can simply just copy it or even download it. Okay, something else that I would like to share with you, and it is something that one of you have asked, when it comes to images, especially when it comes to Arabic. I know that we have some Arabic speaking participants in this session. When it comes to Arabic, sometimes you find spelling mistakes. Not sometimes, like most of the time, okay? So if you found any spelling mistake, and this is an advice, so the thinking model here, if you just like switched from the fast to the thinking model, this can help you fix any spelling mistake you have, especially if it is like a spelling mistake when it comes to the Arabic content that you have in your image, okay? So that is something that you can try and let me know how it goes, because it is going to fix all the spelling mistakes that you have in your design. Okay, do we have any questions so far? Okay, what if you want to download it? I just showed you how you can download the image. Okay, so cool. Back to, let me just like get you another prompt. There is one that I can use. Just a sec. Let me take this one. This one is really nice. Just a second. Okay, so I'm just like trying to. Give me a second. Okay, so I captured something. Okay, I'll go to a new chat. Okay, I captured something from a presentation that I had, by the way. It is just a prompt, and this is exactly what you're going to be doing. Okay, so I added a prompt in here, just a screenshot from a presentation, by the way. And I'm going to be choosing create an image as well. So you can see here, it says like, I wanted to create an infographic poster explaining photosynthesis, and I wanted to use a nano-sized character exploring a giant green leaf. So let's see. So it says here, creating your image. Let's wait and see, it is loading. Okay, so this is exactly how it is going to look like. Okay, I can click on it and show you here. I'm zooming in so that you can see how it is like. Okay, and as we said, you can just click on the download button here so that you can download it. You can insert it in one of your presentations, in your website, whatever you want. Okay, so this is all about creating images using Nano Banana. You can even add your own image and transform yourself into like a scientist or an astronaut. And it is going to help you like wear that costume. It is not going to change how you look like, but it is going to transform you into a certain character. So you can use this with your students as well. It is something that they might find interesting and catchy too. So let me go back to our presentation. So now we've covered 2 of Gemini tools, and now with Canvas, which is the most impressive one, the one that I love the most, because as you can see here, Gemini Canvas can help you create your own educational game. It can help you create a website or even a presentation. Okay, as you can see in every single slide here, we've added a prompt that you can use yourself later on. Okay, so Nida, if you would like to
Yes.
get started.
Yes. Thank you so much, Lubna. You're explaining everything in depth, and I hope our colleagues today are getting it. So can you please change to the next slide? Next slide as well. Yes, speaking of presentations, like Lubna said, that you people can use Canvas to make your own presentation. But what I'm more interested in showing you all is how you can make a theme-based presentation. Again, it's all about making your entire classroom more engaging and exciting for your learners, particularly if you're teaching lower or upper primary. Ms. Lubna, can you please change the slide? Yes, so as you can see in front of your screens, basically, what I did was that I made use of Nano Banana or Create Image feature to design theme-based presentations for my students. For example, instead of presenting a topic in a traditional way, I built the entire lesson around a theme that my students could relate to. Particularly this one, these images were created for my grade 5 learners, particularly the boys section. They are crazy about the Avengers. So here's this topic I was struggling with about dependent, independent, and control variables. So what I did was that I went to Gemini, I gave it a prompt, and I asked it to generate an image where I can actually make use of the movie characters to show how I can explain dependent and independent variables. Can you please switch on to the next slide, Lubna? And same goes for Harry Potter. My grade 6s, they're absolutely crazy about the Harry Potter theme. So I made use of Harry Potter to explain about condensation process and so on. So basically, the entire idea is that you make use of, real life scenario or any kind of comic or movie characters to basically explain your concept. It might be based on English, science, or maths, because I'm a science teacher. So I basically use these themes to explain scientific concepts. So this approach basically made the entire lessons more engaging and interactive. Students were more interested, they asked me more questions, and they stayed focused throughout the lesson. So this really worked for me. And I hope it will also work for you, inshallah.
I love this. Amazing. I just love it.
Yeah, just to get back to the prompt, like I said, prompt is really, very crucial. The more accurate your prompt is going to be, the better results you're going to get. So I can see some of you are complaining about not complaining, you guys are mentioning about the spelling mistakes. It's okay. It depends on the language settings of your Chromebook or laptops as well. So if it's UK based, like somebody mentioned about evaporation, if it's UK based, the spelling is going to be different. If it's US based, the spelling is going to be different. So you just have to ask you just have to mention in the prompt, and it will correct the spelling mistakes for you, whether it's English or whether it's Arabic.
Thank you, Nida. Thank you so much. I was just checking the questions that we have here, and thank you so much, Abid, Murtaza, and all the amazing people in the chat who are replying to all of the questions. We're having chat moderators here. So thank you so much, guys. We will be getting back to all of the questions by the end of the session. So don't worry. We'll make sure that we answer all of the questions that you might have. Okay. So now with demonstration, because I love live demonstration. Okay, I'm not a presentation person. I don't know if this is the first session that you attend for me, I always demonstrate. Okay, so I'm going to move on to Gemini. Okay, so now we have talked about guided learning, and now you know what guided learning is for. We shared with you 2 examples and even more by Nida about how to use Nano Banana to create an image. And now we're going to be talking about the 3 different things that you can do using Canvas. You can do even more, but we will be sharing 3 different things right now. Okay, so right now I would like to show you how you can create a presentation in Gemini by using Canvas. And believe it or not, some people believe that it is not even possible to create a presentation in Gemini, and they use other platforms. But now it is possible. You can create a presentation in Gemini Canvas, and you can simply write, help me create a presentation, okay, on, for example, water cycle for my science lesson. Okay, for year 5 students, for example. Okay, make sure you include visuals and some engaging questions. I'm just thinking about the prompt while I'm here in the session, okay? And question that would help them reflect by the end of the presentation, okay? Of course, you can write like a way better one, but I just want to show you how it is going to be like, okay? So as you can see, again, you need to select the tool and then you write the prompt. And then when you click enter, what will make you know that you've chosen the right tool and it is actually going to help you create a presentation is when your screen gets split. Okay, so once it splits your screen and starts working on the code, and then it shows you that it's loading, working on preparing your presentation, then you would know that you chose the right tool. Okay, so just give it some time. And by the way, when it comes to creating a presentation, it takes some time. Okay, so you can just like start a new chat, do something else until your presentation gets generated. Okay, so here we will just give it like few seconds. The journey of a water droplet. Here we go. Okay, until it's ready, as you can see here, you can see the export to slides button here. Next to it, you can see that you can download the presentation. Okay, so when you download the presentation, it is going to be downloaded as PDF. When you export it, you're able to take it over to Google Slides, and you will find that every single slide is editable. So you can edit the content of every single slide, which is amazing. Okay, so this is how it is going to look like, and take a look at this. So here, it just like created 13 slides for you. The best part about Gemini Canvas is that you can even specify, you can be more specific and say in your prompt that you want it to help you generate a presentation of 20 slides long, for example, and it is going to help you create a presentation in 20 slides. So this is how it is going to be like, starting with the question, as I said, and then it's a constant cycle. It is going to provide, as you can see here, some images. Okay, more talking about the 3 stages. Quick knowledge check, because I asked for this, engaging questions. Okay. And then when you take it over to Google Slides, here for the answer part, you can add like a certain object transition here so that it just appears in your slide deck when you click the arrow. Okay. So that is something that you can do. It is providing here like a table, some data, and then find a reflection exactly as I've asked. Okay, so this is how it is going to look like. And as I said, when you export it to slides, let me click on that one so that I can show you how it is going to look like. You can see here, it says creating slides, and then you're going to find your opening Google Slides where you can then start editing. Okay, so we'll just wait for a few seconds. Until then, let me see if someone is asking a question here. Can the slides be edited? Yes, this is exactly what I was saying. Okay, so back to Gemini, and now it is ready. So I'm going to click on Open Slides here. So it is going to open it for me. Let me take you over to Google Slides. It is just loading. Just give it some time. And as I said, this is the best part. Every single part of your presentation is editable. So here, this is a text box that I can just edit, as you can see here. Okay, and even for the images, you can go to the images section. You can just like replace any image that you have in here. Okay, you can replace it and add your own image. And I believe this is the best part. When it comes to Gemini Canvas, creating your presentation, you do not have every single slide as an image where you cannot edit. No, it even allows you as a teacher to like add your own slides to it, change certain sections. So this is the best part about it. Okay, so back to Gemini, and now I'm going to be showing you something else when it comes to Gemini Canvas, something that I really love. Okay, so I wanted to create a website. Okay, on solar. I love this one. on the solar system to be shared with year 6 students, for example. Make it interactive and add a quiz. And you can take it over to the next level and add an AI chatbot, okay, where students can ask any question they want. You can click on the plus button here and add your own presentation and documents PDF related to the same lesson, which is solar system. And then it is going to extract the data and add it to the website as well and create the content based on it. Okay, so that is something that you need to know. So I'm going to write like a really simple one. Create a website in the solar system to be shared with year 6 students, make it interactive and add a quiz. Okay, and that's all. Let's see together how it is going to be like. And the next part is the most important. Okay, so now it is working on the code. When it comes to coding, I don't want to tell you how I'm like, because I'm not a coding expert. Who's a coding expert? Raise your hands. Nida is laughing. I can hear you, by the way. Your microphone is not muted.
I just
Do you
want to
have
say
any-
we
Do you
have to
any
call him
coders in it?
we have to call him Mr. Umar because he's one of the best coders we have at school.
Oh my God. When I see any coder, I'm like, oh my God, that is a genius. How do they do it? You know, I lead the robotics team at my school, but by the way, like, I just lead it. I always tell them, I'm not a leader, I'm a cheerleader. You know, I'm a really good cheerleader. But when it comes to coding, they are amazing coders. My students are the best. Sorry, guys, but they are the best. So, yeah, they are great. Anyway, so the coding part is done. I don't need to do anything about it because I just don't need to. Gemini Canvas has done it for me. So journey through space, you can start the mission here. You have the 8 worlds and it shows you all the planets. Okay, take a look at this. Okay, let me scroll down. Here you have a quiz. You can just like start the quiz and then students can start testing their understanding. Okay, here we go, just like that. And then it gives them the final score. Okay, and then they can restart the mission. Okay. Okay, and you have like different sections in here, home, planets, it takes you to the mission quiz and so on. And as I said, I know of some people who like built their own portfolio, okay, their own websites using Gemini Canvas. You will spend some time doing it, but it is doable and it's amazing. You can add all of your resources, all of your like PDFs. You can take it over to the next level, by the way. And like, even for that quiz, you can have the scores be added to a Google Sheet, but you have to like add a Google form link here to be used in the code. You can add the link of the Google Sheet as well, so that whenever someone submits something, the results would be directly linked to that Google Sheet. So as I said, when it comes to Gemini Canvas, if you're a beginner or an expert, like you can just take it over to the next level whenever you want to and add as many things as you want. So the last part I'm going to be sharing right now, and the good thing is that we do have a recording. Most of the people, when I explain this, they ask, how do I take this website outside Gemini? Okay, so yeah, it's great, it's amazing, but I want to take it outside. I want to be able to share it with my students, okay? So I'll share with you right now the steps of having an actual website using Google Sites and how you can share this website with the students. So you're going to click on the share button here. If you missed any of the steps, don't worry, because we do have a recording. So you're going to click on share, copy the contents here. So it is basically copying the code, okay? So I'll then go to sites.google.com and I'll take you over with me. Here we go. So this is Google Sites, sites.google.com, okay? Or you can just click on that waffle icon where you can find Google Sites here, okay? And then you're going to click here on a blank site. So you're going to start a blank site. And then afterwards, you're going to go to pages. I'm trying to be as slow as I can so that you guys would be able to apply if you have another device and you're applying with me. So when I go to pages, when I hover over that plus button here, I'm not going to be creating a new page. I'm going to go for that option that says full page embed. So I'm going to go to that option and I'm going to name it, let's say solar system, because this is basically what this website is about. And I'm going to click on done. So here you have two options, add embed or add from drive. So you're going to click on add embed. And then here you have two options. Do you want to paste a link or you want to paste a code? So I'm going to paste a code. So I'm going to just like click Control V to paste it. That is the code that I pasted from Gemini Canvas. And then I'm going to click on next. When I do, the whole website is going to be moved here from Gemini Canvas to my Google site. And I'm going to click on insert. So this is how it is going to be like. Let me share some things with you so that you do not start to panic. Some people, when they do that, they start scrolling and then they say, oh, where's the website? I cannot see the rest of the website. I'm scrolling, but the rest of the page is not showing. Oh my God, I'm not going to be using that Gemini Canvas. But the thing is, it is going to show if you just previewed it or after you publish it. So if you would like to see how it is going to look like from anyone's perspective when you start sharing after publishing, this is exactly how it is going to be like. So it is loading, okay. And then you'll come here. So now if you scroll down, all of your website is going to show and you have all the 3 different sections. The last part that you're going to be doing is you're going to click on the publish icon here so that you can publish that website. Okay, so when you click on publish, but before we do so, there's something I forgot to tell you that some people asked about. Okay, so when you go to pages, as you can see here, you still have the home page. Some people like publish their websites and then they say, okay, but the home page is still showing, which is a blank one. I don't want this one. So what you do is you're going to click on the 3-dot menu here next to the solar system page that you've fully embedded here. And then you're going to set this as the home page. So when you do, you're going to go to the home page itself, the old one, and you're going to delete it. And by now you just have your full page embedded website from Gemini Canvas that you've just added. The last step is that you're going to click on the publish icon here. Okay, when I click on publish, this part is really important. So here it shows my school's domain, like Kuwait English School. Do I want to share it with my staff working at the same school or my students, or I want to share it with parents? If you would like to share it with parents, you need to click on manage, and then you need to change that last section here, published site. No, I want to share it with everyone. So you're going to switch to public. And then when you do, you're going to click on done. Some teachers are like, yeah, but if someone searched for like any website on solar system, they might see my website and I don't want them to see my website. That is why you have this. Do you want to request public search engines not to display your website? And that is when you have to just check this box. We go to this section here. You have to pick a name for your website. So you're going to name it, let's say, solar system. If no one has taken that name before, and it's taken by me, by the way, in one of my other sessions, so I may add, for example, like maybe a hyphen here. Okay, and now this name is fine. I can take it. And then I click on publish. Okay, and after you do, then that is the link that you can take and share with your students, their parents, with anyone you would like to share your website with. Now I cannot see you guys, I cannot hear you, and it feels so weird. So let me get back to the meat and see if you guys have like any question or any feedback regarding this, or do I move on? Okay, perfect. Okay, let's move on because we're running out of time. We have like half an hour left, and okay, my people are doing their thing in the chat. Thank you so much, guys. You're amazing. Okay, so let me get back in here. Okay, so as I said, you can create a game. You can create like anything that you want that requires coding, basically. Okay, so you can just explore it and check it out and like try different things. And I would love that you connect with us, guys, after the session is over and show us what you've been able to create in Gemini using Gemini Canvas. Because you know what, those examples that you share with us are some of the examples that we use in our upcoming sessions. So make sure that you do so. Okay, so the last thing that I'm going to be talking about, as I said, deep research is for like creating a long research and having like a report that you can share with others. And the information is collected from like some reliable websites. Okay, so you can explore this yourself later on. But we're trying to focus on the tools that you might be needing to use nowadays during online learning. Creating music is one of the new tools. Okay, so it helps you generate a song. And like what I'm going to start with right now is generate a song welcoming people joining us for our Gemini session from Oman, Kuwait, and beyond. Okay, so I'm generating a song for you. So here it is going to provide you with some suggestions, by the way, that you can choose from. And as I said, you have like different styles. It could be a rap song. You can ask that it would be a rap song with no background music or no beats. Some teachers do not like adding background music. You can use it for nursery, for KG and reception students. And I've done this in one of my other sessions where you can like ask it to generate a song on phonics. It can generate songs in Arabic, by the way, and the Arabic is perfect. If we have Arabic speaking teachers with us, or some of you who are going to be training some Arabic teachers on how to use Gemini tools, tell them that they can mention in the prompt that they want it to use the Kuwaiti dialect, for example, okay, or Egyptian or whatever. So it is the song is going to be in Egyptian, it is going to be in Kuwaiti, and so on, okay, or even Omani. So let's see how this one is going to be like. I want to generate a song welcoming people joining us for our Gemini session from Oman, Kuwait, and beyond. So let's see. Usually it doesn't take much time, okay, just like a few seconds. Or more. Okay, I'm just checking. Yeah, of course, AI can hallucinate. Abed is saying that. Yeah, it's a new release from UAE as well. Lubna, hi. High five, Lubna. I've never had another Lubna joining my sessions. Okay, it took even longer. Oh my God. Okay, so something is wrong, and this can happen as well, as you know. And then we try again, and then we can get back to it later, okay, so that we can save time, okay? So we'll get back to this one later. I'll give it like 5 seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, last chance, 1. Okay. So we'll get back to the generated song. We may end with this one so that like we make you listen to a song before we end the session. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about, now we're done with the Gemini tools. I'll move on to something else that is quite interesting, which is the Gemini gems. So you know those prompts or those requests that you ask any AI tool, even if it is ChatGPT, every single day, asking it to help you translate a certain document, asking it to help you. Oh, the song is ready. Okay. Where the Light Spills. Wow. Wow. What a title. Let's listen to it.
Lubna, have you shared your browser audio?
I thought that was someone like singing. Mortaza, it was you?
I tried. I couldn't hear the sound. So, have you shared your browser audio?
Yeah, I'm sharing my Chrome tab. Can you guys listen to the song?
No, we cannot. We
Oh,
cannot.
you cannot? Really?
Mm-mm.
No. No. Let me just like reshare again.
Make sure you've shared the browser audio.
Yeah. Wait a second. Let me reshare. It is really nice. I was laughing in the background and you were all silent. I wondered why. Okay, wait.
It's okay, Lubna, it happens.
I can't sing.
Okay, so here I am resharing. Okay. Tab audio is enabled, so you guys should be listening right now. I'll just play the first part. Let me know if you can listen to it. Huh? Can you?
No.
No way. Is it because maybe like I need to mute myself? But it is really good. I'll be sharing it with you. That is a better idea. I can just share it with you. Okay, so I'll be doing this after we finish. Okay, I'll share it with you. Like, I'll be downloading it after the session is over and I'll be adding it to my email with the certificate. So because time is almost up. So now we're going to be moving to Gemini Gems. So as I said, Gemini Gems is like your personal AI assistant, okay? Those prompts or those requests that you go to AI like Gemini or ChatGPT every single day and you keep on asking the exact same question. I want you to translate this. Please fix my sentence. Please provide me with like some interactive ideas for activities I can do in the class with my students. Or help me like create an interactive quiz. Anything that you keep on asking Gemini or any other AI platform to keep on doing it for you every single day, you can save your time typing that prompt every now and then by creating a gem. Okay, so gems are like your AI personal assistant. So you can have different gems. You can see these are all the gems that I created. So you can have one like Quiz Me, where you can create like a quiz. You can have one where it can generate an infographic, one that analyzes data, one that fixes spelling and grammar mistakes. You can have one that provides you with interactive activities, ideas, and so on. Okay, so I'll show you one of the gems you will find here when you go to gems, when you open that sidebar, you will find here when you go to gems that you have the storybook gem. Okay, and some other gems that are pre-made by Google, as you can see here. These are gems that Google has already like created. They are built in Gemini, and you can easily use any of them right away. I'll show you how the storybook gem is like. And I believe you will find it really interesting. Okay, so here you will find some examples that you can use, like my 7-year-old doesn't want to sleep over at their grandma's house, create a storybook to help them cope. Here, this is a photo of my college roommate, Amelia. She leaves empty mugs everywhere. Write a funny storybook about how she can learn to like be more tidier, whatever. Okay. So the best part about the storybook, and what my students love the most about it, is that you can add your students' names. You can even click on the plus button here and add like a certain student's photo or your students' photos, and the illustrations in the story are going to be exactly or look the same as those photos that you are going to be uploading. That is something that I really love about it. There is a prompt that I decided to use today, okay, based on the current situation. So that I would like to use with you as well. So here we go. So I've written here, write a story about a young boy named Hamad living in Kuwait. He feels anxious about the war news he hears nearby. Tell the story from the perspective of a wise grandfather who comforts him, explains that his community is strong and protected, and assures him everything will be fine. Okay, so it is based on what we're living in nowadays in the Gulf region. So I want to show you how this is going to be like. Okay, and I will just let this or give it some time, okay, until it just like creates the storybook. And then so that we save time, I'll take you over back again to gems. Okay, as you can see here, it is getting generated. So we'll get back to it, okay? And I'll show you how you can create your own gem. So if you would like to create your own gem, you're going to click on new gem here. And then the one that I love the most, that most of my teachers use as well, is QuizMe. It is one that they love sharing with their own students. So you can write the description here. Okay, you can write anything like generating interactive quizzes. Okay, and then this is the most important part. The instructions section here is where you write the prompt. And this is the section where you follow the parts technique, okay? So that it would provide you with the best output. And the best part about it is that it will give you here an example that you can check and you can write something similar. I'm going to write a really weak prompt because I want to show you something. If I wrote generate an interactive quiz, okay, on any topic I share with you. You will see here that you have the pen icon here. The pen icon can help you make your prompt stronger. So it can help you by refining that one. So if I click on the pen icon here, it is going to take that line that I've written and it is going to turn your prompt into something way stronger. Okay? So this is exactly how it is going to be like. You see, it just act as QuizMe, an interactive and engaging quiz master. Your goal is, and it has written the goal, purpose and goals, behavior and rules. It added everything on my behalf. So as if you have an outline, you can check it, you can edit, you can fix, you can do whatever you want. The best part about it is that if you scroll down, you're going to find the default tool section here. So you can select one of the Gemini tools to be that tool that you want this gem to keep on using whenever you ask it to do something for you. Okay, maybe it is a gem that you've created because you want it to help you create some images. So you need to select this one. Maybe it is one that you need it to simplify certain concepts. So you're going to be selecting the guided learning and so on. If it is one that would help you create a game or a website, you're going to be selecting the canvas. And here for the knowledge section, if you would like, for example, that QuizMe gem to test students' knowledge regarding a certain topic where you have some presentations and PDFs and like some data that you would like the gem to just like use in providing students with the output, you can just upload them here. Okay, when you're done, you can just click on save. Now you've saved yourself some time. Saving yourself time doing what? Writing the prompt all over again, because it already knows its job, that it is going to help you generate an interactive quiz. So if I wrote just demand and supply without asking the gem to create an interactive quiz, it is going to start creating that interactive quiz for me. Okay, so here it is asking me to choose the difficulty level. For example, if I said beginner, okay, and 5 questions. Okay, it is going to open the interactive quiz for me right away. And then I can start selecting the answer. It provides you here with why your answer is right, why it is wrong. It can show you the hint here. Then you can move on to the next question and so on. So this is basically why we create gems, because we want to have like an AI personal assistant. Every single gem that I create would have its own job. It would help me save time by knowing exactly what I want without me having to write the prompt every now and then. Let's go back, and that would be the last thing that I share with you before passing the mic over to Murtaza for the last part of our session. Okay, so you can see here, this is the story that it generated for me. The shield of the Sidra tree. You can see here, because I said in Kuwait, so the father is wearing a dishdasha. Okay, this is the best part about it. I don't know if you guys would be able to listen to this or not. Nida, just let me know if you can listen to this.
The glow of the television screen
Yes.
cast long, flickering shadows across the living room. Hamad sat cross-legged on the rug, his eyes fixed on the moving images.
And of course, you can download this storybook. When you download it, it is going to just open as PDF. So you will lose that feature of having it open as an audiobook for you to listen to it. But you can use the reading mode in your browser if you upload the PDF to your drive. Okay, so this is exactly how it is going to be like. And you've seen the illustrations, they are just amazing. And I want you guys to try it out in Arabic as well. And if we have French teachers, like, it is just amazing. And the pronunciation of the words is just perfect. And I've asked French teachers, Spanish teachers, and they've said that it is really great. Okay, so this is all for now. Okay, and Murtaza is going to I'm going to pass the mic over to Murtaza. Thank you so much, guys, for the last part of our session, which is the Gemini integration in Google Classroom.
Thank you, Lubna. I'll share my screen. So one of the biggest updates which Google has done over the last few months is not to make sure that the teachers are not in 10 different websites when they're teaching a 45-minute lesson. All of the integrations of AI has actually come inside Google Classroom. The first place you can find it is, you can see on your left hand side a tab which is called Gemini. If you click on Gemini, you'll be able to see different gems and prompts which have been pre-designed for you to use. So I know there were a lot of questions about how can you create a quiz, share it with the students. If I go to generate a quiz, we're going to take grade 6, change to maybe 5 questions and use the solar system, which Lubna used. I'll click on generate learning outcomes. It's now going to generate the learning outcomes. You can edit this learning outcomes based on what you're teaching. I can click on multiple choice questions and say true and false for now. And I click on generate questions. Now, you could do this in Gemini or you could do this in any other AI app. But what I've seen teachers do after that is then they would copy paste the question back from that app to a Google form, copy the answer and paste it back to Google Forms. What happens over here is now you have the question, you have the answer, the options, you really have the correct answer over here. If you go at the bottom, you can modify the quiz with a prompt. Once you're happy with it, you can click on export. You can click to add to class. So click on add to class, choose my class, choose my assignment type, and click on confirm. What it's going to do is it's going to export it to a Google form, send it to your students, get the grades marked, send it back, and that's going to be appearing in your grade book in Google Classroom. If you're using Chromebooks, I know a lot of teachers are worried, how can we protect the academic integrity? So if I click on lock mode on Chromebooks, that as soon as the quiz is going to get launched, they will be in a test mode where they'll not be able to open up Gemini or any other app, submit it, and then it will go outside the test mode. So I can give it a name, Solar System, and click on assign. So that's the first way you can integrate Gemini inside Google Classroom. The second way is if I go to one of my classes and I go to classwork, you have an option over here to create, and you can see at the bottom you have Gem and Notebook LM, right? I'll start with showing with Gem. So if you click on Gem, you can create a new gem or start with one of these pre-made templates. So Lubna showed you her QuizMe template. I click on QuizMe and I can say create gem. Now, if you already had your content of your lesson uploaded in Google Classroom, it's going to pick up that from here. So for example, I have the solar system one. I can pick up this and I can go and create gem. Now it's going to create a gem based on the QuizMe, and it's going to add it inside my Google Classroom. It also has an option which is called highlight to the top of the class. So let's say QuizMe solar system. Once I assign this, till now I haven't moved outside my Google Classroom window. I created a new custom gem right inside my Google Classroom and shared it with my students. You could see that you can see QuizMe on the top with the attached quiz, but also it can see opened by 0 students. I know a lot of people had asked, how can you know if the students have opened the file? We're able to now see how the students have opened the file, how many of you haven't viewed that file. Similarly, we haven't covered Notebook LM today, but you could also attach Notebook LM to your class. Or if you have an existing notebook, you can quickly pick up a notebook from here. So you could pick up, say, photosynthesis, which I've created previously, click on attach notebook, and then that's going to attach the notebook inside Google Classroom. You also have the same options available at the bottom over here. So you have the gem option here, as well as the Notebook LM option at the bottom here. The last way where you can integrate Gemini is if you go to create, go to assignment, you have an option here to attach a rubric. Now you can attach your assignment. So you can see the option convert from file. You can attach your assignment and it will take your assignment and convert that into a rubric by default. So you don't have to create a rubric from scratch. If I click on, say, let me take Gemini in the classroom, I can click on add. It's automatically going to generate a rubric based on that document for me. So these are the 3 ways where you can add Gemini in Google Classroom. Do I have 1 more minute to showcase lesson planning, Lubna?
Yeah, you do. Before you do,
Similarly,
Mortaza, I just want to ask everyone to stay with us, okay, for those 10 minutes, because by the end of the session, we're going to be sharing with you the QR code for the exit ticket, based on which we will be sharing the certificates of attendance. So please just stay with us. Thank you.
you could also generate lesson plans, and the feedback which I've heard from teachers is the lesson plans on Gemini and Google Classroom align very closely with what they actually have planned. And you can even upload your content from your drive. So let's say if I do the same topic of solar system and generate the learning outcomes, I can even choose my template from here. So if I choose the 5E template, for example, and I can say do distance learning. Now it's going to generate the lesson plan. You will also have the option to modify the lesson plan at the bottom by using modify prompt. This lesson plan can be then exported to Google Docs to share it with your supervisors. But you can also go to create more hooks or find video resources relevant to this. If I click on find more hooks, let's say I want to spark curiosity or chapter understanding, click on generate. It's now going to generate hooks for me for the lesson, which I can then use in my classroom. These were just 2 examples of generating a quiz or a lesson plan using Gemini right inside Google Classroom. And thank you everyone for listening and joining and all the questions in the chat. Back to you, Lubna.
Thank you, Mortaza. That was amazing. So before we end the session, stay with us, okay? Just bear with us. There is something that one of you have asked. Okay, so let me take you back to Gemini. Okay, the last part that I've mentioned, which is the gems. So one of you was saying, how do I share the gem with the students? So Murtaza has shown you the way of sharing a gem with the students in Google Classroom. Okay, so you can just like click on create assignment. You're going to be finding the gem option there. You can choose one of your existing gems and share it. And here you will find when you go to gems, okay, here, when you open that sidebar, you're going to find all of your created gems here. Okay, so you will find the share option next to it. So when you click on share, so here, you can just like type the email of the person you would like to share that gem with. Let me just like add my demo account, for example, and show you something. So you can either choose that that person would be a viewer. So if you're sharing this with students, you would definitely want them to be viewers. If you're sharing this with one of your colleagues, if you would like that other teacher to be able to edit even the prompt that you've added at the start when you were creating the gem, you can make that teacher an editor. Okay, and then you can click on send. That teacher will be notified via email that you've shared a gem with her or with him. Okay, or you can just like copy the link, and that would be the link that you share with your students or with your teachers. Okay, because one of you is asking that question. So I hope you guys found this session insightful, and I hope that we've covered everything that you were expecting and even more. Okay, so as promised, we will be sharing this presentation with you, as I said, and you will find different prompts here for you to like try out. If you found that, because we're sharing this with you as viewers, if you found that you cannot copy this part and paste it, you can just take a screenshot of it and attach it, like add it as an attachment to Gemini. Okay, it is going to extract the text from the image and it is going to provide you with the output that you want. Okay, so we're providing you here with prompts for the presentations, for the websites, for the games. Okay, and even here we have one for the music, and we have one for VO for whoever's going to be exploring VO later on, for the ones who have the Google One Pro account, the one that has the AI license. You can try this one. As I said, VO helps you generate videos of 8 seconds long only, okay? And then you can like check deep research as well. And here's a prompt that you can try out. Okay, and here this part talks about the gems, the storyboard gem. If you would like to copy this one and paste it there and see how the story is going to be like. Okay, Murtaza has covered like some of the things that we wanted to show you when it comes to Gemini integration in Google Classroom. He showed you how to generate a quiz, a lesson plan. He showed you the rubric generation using AI as well. Okay, and that is all for today. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining us. This will not be the first session, and that's it. We're going to be having like a series of other sessions as well, covering different topics. Okay, so make sure that you follow us on social media platforms like Instagram and LinkedIn. Follow our GEG accounts as well, GEG Kuwait and GEG Oman. And please scan this QR code if you do not have another device. I'm going to be sharing the link with you right now in the chat. So give me a second. Okay, so here we go. Okay, and whoever had a question, just stay here in the session if you would like to listen to its answer. If you're done submitting the form, you can definitely leave the session. Thank you so much, guys. We appreciate your time. Thank you so much to my co-presenters, Murtaza and Nida. I loved co-presenting with you guys. And
Thank you
now,
so much, Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Lubna. You were very interactive today. Thank you so much, Mr. Murtaza. And thank you all for joining us this evening. And we're always available on LinkedIn and WhatsApp. If you have any question, please don't hesitate to reach out. We're there to help.
Thank you. Okay, I'm reading the questions in the chat. Feel free to leave the session if you've already submitted the exit ticket. This is really important for you to be able to receive the recording, to receive the certificate of attendance. So please make sure that you do before leaving. I already have like 12 responses. Okay.
Lubna, some of them are complaining that the QR code is not working.
Okay, let me add the QR code back again. No worries, we have
Mm.
solution for everything, you know. So let me just insert it back again. Okay, here you go. Okay, let me just resize it. Don't know where to put it, honestly. Just a sec. Can you guys give it a try? This one will definitely work.
Yes, it's working now. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Okay, let me get back. Okay. While it makes our task easier, it can never replace. Okay. Someone is saying we prepared the school national anthem. Oh, okay. The anthem using Gemini. Okay, that's great. Can you check the quizzes, results, and students' performances? As I said, for checking the quizzes, results, and students' performance, if you're talking about that quiz that is integrated in the website that you generate using Gemini Canvas, the only way you can do that is that the quiz itself would be on a Google form, and you add the link of that Google form in your prompt so that whenever a student would click on like quiz me, for example, it would take them to a Google form, and then when they submit, then all of the responses would be linked to a Google Sheet. I've done it before. This is the way you can do it when creating a website. Otherwise, it will be just like them testing themselves. Okay. What about videos? Someone is asking about videos. As we said, videos is VO, which you will find only in pro accounts. You can use vids to create videos. Abed is saying, if you guys would like to explore vids from Google, go to that link. I've just sent it in the chat. You will not find interesting stuff if you're using the free version of vids, because the most impressive ones are Storyboard, AI Avatar, and VO that are there for the ones using the Plus, Google Workspace Plus accounts. But you will definitely love the option of turning your slides, your own slide deck, into a video. So it basically adds a voiceover to it, background music. So you will love that option as well. Lubna, we can't hear. That is the song. Okay. I'll be adding the song to the email so that you guys can listen to it. Okay. Link of the page you are currently using. I cannot reach like that page. What page? I don't know. If you guys would like to take a look at the website that I created, I can even share the link with you. Take a look at this. That is one that is generated by Gemini Canvas. All of you were telling me that you cannot hear, and I was just listening to the song all alone and laughing about it. Okay. I was sharing the Chrome tab, but it seems to be a glitch. I don't know why it was not working, honestly. Okay. Nida Farhat tried making music for her preschoolers. It was really good. Amazing. When I send you the certificate of attendance, just share it with me. Would love to use it as an example in my upcoming sessions. Okay. Someone was saying, just listen to the song and sing it to us. Thank you so much, but no. Okay. Abed is saying, just for reference, all these no are for we can't hear Lubna's music. Not for we do not want to hear Murtaza sing. Why didn't you sing, Murtaza? Okay.
He just said he cannot sing.
Yeah.
We will
So
not have
Murtaza
too
is,
many participants left.
Murtaza is using Storybook to tell stories to his 4-year-old in bed every day. This is amazing. Can we convert a PDF book to a PowerPoint with images? Yes, you can. We can definitely do that. So upload your PDF and write the prompt and ask it to create a presentation for you. And when it creates the presentation for you as a Google Slides presentation, you can always convert it to a PowerPoint. Like you can download it as a PowerPoint presentation. Okay, so from file, after you open it as a Google Slides presentation, from file, just download as PowerPoint. Okay. Okay, Nagam, thank you so much. Like you've answered most of the questions. Thank you, Abed. Thank you, Murtaza. Thank you, Nida. Okay. Can we upload our quiz and rearrange it according to our prompt? Yes, definitely. Anything is possible with Gemini. You just need to give it a try.
And also, if you don't want to use Gemini, they're more than welcome to use Notebook LM. It's also a great tool.
Exactly. We'll be covering Notebook LM in one of our upcoming sessions. Someone is saying, I don't want to finish the session. Thank you so much. Stay with us. We're still here. How can I share the created story? Hanadi, if you're still here, you can download the story, okay, and share it with the students. But there's something that I've tried that I would like to share with you guys. When you download the story, even when you upload it to your drive, I don't know if it is happening only with me or not, but because it is like the size is too large, it keeps processing, like it doesn't open. So what I do in class is that, by the way, when students open Gemini, for those who are allowing Gemini for students, because we do at our school, Storybook is not a feature from their own perspective. Like they're not going to find Storybook when they open Gemini. So what I do is I open Storybook and they provide me with the prompt. Every single student would give me like a sentence, for example, where every single sentence needs to be like quite relevant to the topic that they would like to write about. And by the end, I generate the story in front of them while displaying my screen, and then they can listen to it. So that is something that I do. Okay. Thank you, Hiba, for joining and for answering like some of the questions here. Okay, we've shared how to share the gem as a link. Okay. When you created the quiz in the website, how did you do it? From which section? I replied to this one. So I just like added in my prompt that I would like to add a quiz in the website. Can you copy the prompt, please? Yes. I can share the prompt with you. Let me see. So the Interactive Solar System website. Okay, so here you go. I've even like copied the part that they've written after I submitted my, or like entered my prompt. Okay, this one is way better. We'll be sharing the presentation as well. Yes, thank you. Murtaza, if you're still, yeah, you're here. If you can paste the prompt that you've written to create that lesson plan. Someone is asking, Ryan is asking.
So I didn't write a prompt. I literally just chose a grade, chose a template 5e, and just wrote 2 words solar system.
Yeah, okay.
And if I had written a prompt, it would have been a much more details or lesson plan.
Okay. So let me check how many of you have submitted. 224 have submitted the form. We had like 290. So I hope that the rest of you guys would submit the form as well before we end the session. Okay. Perfect. So I guess that's it. Like I've checked
I'm so tired.
everything. Okay. Me too, Nita. We can hear you, by the way.
No, it's just that there's so many questions, and when I try to answer one, then there's another question, and then I lose the track of the first question.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Abdurrahman is asking, do you use Gemini Premium? No, I'm using the free version. Okay. Like the features that we've covered today should be the same features that you have.
Yes, yes. People
As well.
don't realize that even the free version is giving them a lot of opportunity and options to work and explore.
Exactly. Yes. Ryan, are you still here? Ryan Tubaila? Tubaili? Are you still here? Ryan, if you're still here, can you raise your hand? Amazing. So Ryan, you were saying that the website homepage is the only one that is there. So I showed you how you can just remove the homepage. So after you add that page, that full page from Gemini that you've copied, so go to the three-dot menu and make this copied page from Gemini as the homepage. And then do the exact same thing. Click on the three-dot menu next to the home page itself, which is the blank one, and delete it. Got it? So, Nida, there's a question for you by Ferouz. She's asking the interactive videos that you've made of Harry Potter. How did you do it? And how did you choose the scenes?
Okay, so the thing is that obviously it's all about the prompt. I had to be very specific with the prompt, Lubna, because like you have to tell which character you would like to be, okay, and then you have to tell them, okay, which scene to choose and everything. So it's all about the prompt. So the person who asked me this question, can you please get in touch with me via LinkedIn or WhatsApp, and I can show you how it's done. I do have the
Okay.
tutorial with me.
Perfect. Amazing. Guys, like some of you have asked that I shared a link of that presentation now in the chat, and I did. Just wanna. Okay, now you can open it. Okay, just shared it. Okay, so here you go. Okay, just give it a try. I shared the presentation. Can we upload our own lesson plan template and get a similar one? Yeah, you can get like a better one. So it is going to refine it for you.
Lubna, it's amazing that how many of them they're like trying out everything right now, and they're just sending us link to go through their work, like Hanan.
Yeah, right?
Yes,
I'm
Hanadi, she
just
just
checking
shared.
right now.
Yes, it's amazing.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you can remove which name do you mean? Like someone is asking in the storybook that you created with gems, can we remove the name that was there at the right top corner of the page? You mean whose name? Like your name as the book author? if you mean your name, no, you cannot remove it because it gets added like automatically because it is from your account. You're the one who's creating the story, so your name gets added as the author. Okay, Ramadan, but she needs to have attended the entire session. If she did, that would be great. Okay. I can't read the QR code. Okay, we shared the link of the form. Let me just share it with you again now. And here we go. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Razia. Okay, so guys, for whoever is asking about how they can reach us, so these are our handles on Instagram. Okay, so Nida, Murtaza, you can reach them through LinkedIn. You can reach me through Instagram and LinkedIn. By the way, you'll find me also on LinkedIn. But my Instagram account, I'm more active there. It is Techies Space. You can even send us any message you want on GEG Kuwait Instagram page or Google Educators Group of Amman on LinkedIn as well. So thank you so much, Mustafa. Thank you so much, everyone. So we remain there until, thank you so much, Ramadan, until you all leave the session, and then we're going to end the session, okay?
We still have 71 more people to go. Great.
Yeah, they're still waiting.
Yeah.
This is amazing. I'll try to like even get them the links of our social media platforms.
Can you end the recording because it's gonna just be
Yeah,
full
I'll end
movie.
recording right now, but I wanted to keep it for when we were answering the questions so that they would be able to listen to the answers. Whoever doesn't
yes,
want
but-
the recording can just like skip it.
Yes, Leila, there is certificate for attendance.
Yeah. Stop.